Man, you good?
I'm good. How are you
All right,
doing?
young brother, everything's good?
Everything's
Selling
great.
out arenas and everything?
Yeah.
Starting to act different, huh?
No,
you ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you haven't. I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But you never really got my number, so.
Right. Okay.
My number?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you my number.
Yeah.
Guys, it's money. You don't care about people. Only money. Only money. No people. You don't care about human beings. Go. Go. Go.
Just 24 hours before Diddy's major federal trial, Justin Bieber dropped a bombshell that stunned everyone. For years, fans wondered what really happened behind the scenes in Justin's early career. But now, the truth is coming out, and it's darker than anyone expected. Justin claims Diddy abused him when he was just 13 years old. This isn't just some wild rumor. According to sources, Justin may even be called to testify, and he's reportedly on some of the tapes Diddy recorded. That's why he's been quiet for so long. He was scared. Now, with the trial approaching, Justin seems ready to speak out. This could change everything, not just for Diddy, but for the entire music industry. But that wasn't the whole story, because the people who handed Justin over to Diddy are even more shocking. It wasn't just Diddy behind this. Big names like Usher, L.A. Reid, and Clive Davis were all involved in Justin's early rise.
Flown out to Atlanta by a manager. His name's Scooter Braun. Flown out to Atlanta just to meet with him and meet different producers and different people. I was actually going to meet Jermaine Dupri at his studio. And who rolls up? Usher in his Range Rover. Yeah, rolls up, and I was like, "Is that who I think it is?" And Scooter was like, "Yeah." And so I ran up to him and I was like, "Usher, I love your songs. You want me to sing you one?" And he was like, "Let's just go inside, little buddy. It's cold out." So the politest possible way he could say no, he did. And I was like, wow, he just turned me down. And I was a little disappointed. He had to go into a studio session, so I was like, whatever. And a week later, he actually watched my videos with my manager and was like, oh my gosh, why didn't I let him sing? So flew me back to Atlanta where I got to meet him again, and he wanted to sign me. But there was something else.
Justin Timberlake, right?
Yes, Justin Timberlake also wanted to sign me. It was kind of like, what happened was Justin Timberlake and Usher both went into a ring and boxed it out. And the outcome was Usher. I think it was a TKO.
When Justin went viral at 13, everyone saw him as the next big thing. Usher stepped in, offering to mentor him, but now people are questioning that decision. Reports say Usher didn't just help Justin, he actually handed him over to Diddy, the same way he was handed over years ago. When Usher was a teen, he lived with Diddy too. He admitted it on national TV and described Diddy's home as wild and full of adult behavior. Now, many believe Usher repeated that same cycle with Justin.
I moved to New York City, and I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you
New
over
York
to
City.
something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp?
Yeah,
Flavor
that's what it
Camp.
was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
In the 90s, do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
No, not really. I
Come
mean,
on.
but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you
I
seeing?
went there to see the lifestyle,
Right.
And I saw it, and it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild. It was,
So
it was
nobody
crazy.
tried to, some woman didn't come along.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't
But
say
you
that. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place, and I didn't necessarily understand it.
Biggie Smalls was there.
Biggie Smalls was there. Lil' Kim, Craig Mack.
All these people are hanging around.
Yeah, man. Faith Evans.
And your parents
Jodeci,
were
Mary J.
okay?
Blige. They didn't know nothing about this shit.
Oh.
I was having a good time, you know what I mean?
Does he have you doing any chores? Are you doing dishes at all? I mean, to keep you humble somewhat? Or are you just like, can you stay up till 4 a.m. with them and party?
I mean, I could. I actually stayed up longer than them.
And do you have money? What's going on?
I mean, I had like per diem.
Yeah.
I had like,
What
like
a
a living.
life.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
14 years old. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy camp?
Hell no.
It's the same pattern. Young stars getting close to powerful men, then disappearing behind the spotlight. And here's the disturbing part. Those around them knew. People saw it happening, but nobody spoke up. And what happened next would shock everyone. Because Justin wasn't the only young star Diddy had his eyes on. This wasn't an isolated case. The video shows a clear pattern. Diddy targeting young male artists, building trust, then pulling them into his world. Justin was invited to spend 48 hours with Diddy, a moment that now feels disturbing in hindsight. Diddy even said he had custody of Justin during that time. It was framed as mentorship, but the language and behavior raised red flags.
They wouldn't let him. Actually, someone made reference to the fact that Diddy trying to get at Bieber the way he was trying to get at Bieber was looking a little predatory. And then Usher came in and discovered it and managed him and got custody of him and promised to look after him. And then he sent him to the diddler. Does that sound like a good guy?
It's horrible.
Does that sound like a good guy? Now that we know what Diddy's really like. What kind of fucking asshole do you gotta be to take another boy, another talented boy, and put him in your place so it ain't gotta be you no more? Because that's what pedophiles do. They get victims, and then once they get to a certain age and they get too old for them to enjoy them, they send them out to go get other young kids. Now, if Usher is a procurer, and if Usher knew what was gonna happen to any of those young children that he took to the Flavor Freak off, is he a good guy? Especially considering what happened to him, especially considering that he sat Howard Stern, and Howard Stern said, would you send your kids to Puffy's Flavor Camp? And his immediate response was, hell no! So it's good enough for everybody else's kids, but it's not good enough for yours.
Even 50 Cent once called it out, questioning why Diddy was pressing Justin so hard, like he had something to hide. And let's not forget, Usher was part of it. When Justin's private photos leaked, Usher laughed it off instead of protecting him. These weren't just random moments, they were signs of something deeper. People now believe Diddy used Usher to access Justin while staying out of the spotlight, a way to keep his hands clean while continuing the cycle. But things only got darker from here, because soon, the abuse wasn't just hidden, it was recorded. According to reports, Diddy didn't just abuse young stars, he recorded it. Sources claim he has hours of footage, some showing minors, including Justin, in disturbing situations. These tapes are now at the center of the investigation. And here's where it gets even worse. Diddy allegedly used these tapes to control his victims. Justin stayed quiet for years, and insiders say it's because Diddy used the footage as blackmail. Some of it may have been filmed while Justin and others were under the influence. There are even claims that Diddy sold some of the footage on the dark web for millions. One video allegedly featured several celebrities at a private party in Calabasas, and Justin was named among them. It's no longer just rumors. There are people behind the scenes tracking these videos and sounding the alarm, but the truth wasn't just hidden in tapes, because Justin may have been dropping clues all along in his music. Many fans thought Justin's song Yummy was just a catchy pop hit, but now some believe it was a cry for help. In the music video, partygoers suddenly switched to all-white outfits, a detail that's eerily similar to Diddy's infamous white parties, known in Hollywood for being exclusive and allegedly secretive. People online have started connecting the dots, saying Justin used the video to hint at the abuse he faced. The lyrics, visuals, and even his drained appearance during that time all point to deeper pain. Interviews from that period also show Justin looking lost, thin, and emotional. In one clip, he breaks down in tears as his wife Haley comforts him backstage. It's now believed that Yummy wasn't just about fame or food, it was a coded message about what he endured behind closed doors. But that wasn't the last sign something was wrong, because soon Justin began cutting ties with the very people who brought him into the industry. In a quiet but powerful move, Justin unfollowed Usher on social media, his former mentor and the man credited with launching his career. At first, fans thought it was nothing, but now, with all these revelations, that single action speaks volumes. Legal documents later revealed that Justin blamed meeting Usher for damaging his career. He claimed Usher used him to stay relevant, inviting him to public events like the Super Bowl while ignoring the pain Justin was silently carrying. It's become clear that Justin didn't just want distance, he wanted a clean break.
You get career, do you know Raymond Usher the Fourth? No. You know an individual entertainer by the name of Usher?
Yeah, Usher. That sounds familiar.
Isn't it true that Usher was instrumental in starting your career?
What does that have to do with this litigation, Mr. DeKalb? This is just you trying to harass the client.
Before we came back here, you'd asked me.
She's going to let her read back the question. Thank you for your memory. Is it true that Usher was very instrumental in starting the That was the last question.
I was found on YouTube. I think that I was detrimental to my own career.
He's ended friendships, business deals, and even stopped speaking to some of the biggest names in the industry. His team says he's focusing on family and healing, not fame. And as his 31st birthday nears, he's choosing peace over popularity. But walking away isn't easy, because some of the people he's cutting off may be holding dangerous secrets of their own. As Justin steps back from the spotlight, more insiders are speaking up. Actor Terrence Howard recently said that both Justin and Usher show signs of deep emotional trauma that doesn't just go away. He described them as men haunted by their past, struggling to erase what they were forced to do. According to him, the shame and guilt often lead to drug use and emotional breakdowns.
I get it. So you see some guys struggling with that. You see Bieber struggling with that. You see some of these guys struggling with that.
They can't get it out of their head. They can't get it out of their head. The things that they did, no matter how they did it, whether they were drunk or high or whatever, you gave up your man card. You need therapy. And that's the thing that hurts them the most. And so they end up on drugs, end up every way to try and get rid of any principles there are. And that's what the business does. And the women that trade their bodies to go and get the role, they get to the point where they have their Oscar, they have their money, but they don't have their dream. They don't have the soul that they started with. So it's like achieving don't mean anything. If I get all the Nobel Prizes from doing all of this, but in the process I have to trade out all of my integrity to do it so that they can stay in place, what benefit is that?
Even 50 Cent called out the industry, saying everyone already knew what Diddy was doing. He claimed it wasn't a matter of if Diddy would get caught, but when.
Hey, you pressing Bieber?
Yeah.
Yo, what's up? Like, I'm calling you and answering.
Yeah, that was low.
That was weird,
That was crazy.
That was weird.
They
did not run through Bieber at that point.
Still was pressing them like, why you not answering your phone? Like, yo.
Yeah. Like, I don't got a video of me f***ing you.
He wasn't answering for a reason.
He was like, I don't ever last time because you did things to me.
The silence from other celebrities is now being seen as complicity. They either knew and stayed quiet or turned a blind eye. People are realizing this isn't just about one man. It's a network, one that protects itself at all costs. And yet, one woman's decision to speak up could finally bring the whole system crashing down. While many stayed quiet, one woman refused to be silenced, Cassie. Once Diddy's longtime partner, she is now a key witness in the upcoming federal trial. Cassie has accused Diddy of abuse, sex trafficking, and a decade of control. But what's even more powerful is that she's using her real name in court, not hiding behind Jane Doe. Cassie will testify about what she saw and experienced firsthand, including a hotel hallway assault caught on camera. That video alone sparked public outrage and pushed the case forward. Her bravery has inspired others, and prosecutors believe her testimony could be the nail in the coffin. Cassie's not just telling her story, she's exposing a system, one that's protected Diddy for years. And now, with her voice and mounting evidence, the truth is finally surfacing. But Diddy isn't going down without a fight, because his legal team is doing everything possible to bury the case. Diddy knows the walls are closing in, and his lawyers are scrambling to stop the flood of evidence. They're now arguing that the search warrants used to raid his homes and devices were unconstitutional. From Los Angeles to Miami, agents seized electronics, hard drives, and even iCloud data, materials that could expose years of abuse and manipulation. His defense claims the government twisted facts and included unreliable witness stories just to get approval for the raids. They even say Cassie wasn't a victim, but a willing participant. But with overwhelming evidence, including the assault video and multiple victim testimonies, those claims are falling flat. And now even one of Diddy's attorneys has walked away, refusing to defend him any longer. That's a major red flag. But as the trial date arrives, all eyes are now on one man, Justin Bieber, and whether he'll finally testify. As Diddy's trial begins, the pressure is on, and the spotlight is now turning to Justin Bieber. After years of silence, pain, and manipulation, Justin might finally step forward and speak his truth in court. Sources say he's being subpoenaed and could be a key witness for the prosecution. And if he takes the stand, it could be the final blow that ends Diddy's powerful run in the industry. For years, Justin carried the weight of his past alone. He was just a kid, thrown into a world of fame, surrounded by adults who failed to protect him. The ones who should have guided him, like Usher, ended up putting him in harm's way. But now, Justin has the chance to take back control of his story, not just for himself, but for every young artist who was silenced, used, and discarded by the same system. Hollywood has protected its secrets for far too long, but this trial might finally crack the walls wide open. If Justin testifies, he won't just be ending Diddy's Diddy's career, he'll be exposing the darkness that's lived in plain sight for decades. Drop your thoughts in the comments, make sure to hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more updates. Thanks for watching.